fantastic. Oh well, but it was so
wanna feel alive again. Wrinkles on my face.
Good morning. My voice hurts. I'm tired. And I really just want to start this video now. Yes, now. Now I can. Keeps pouring me. We're gonna try and read for 24 hours straight. I've done this a few times and I think I've been successful once. So I don't really have any high hopes that I can actually do this. And considering that I don't actually have a room currently, all of my books and stuff is scattered absolutely everywhere within the house. I have no plan whatsoever for this video and I'm so behind on my reading goal that is actually stressing me out. Not really stressing me out, but I know if I don't complete my reading goal, I'm going to be really upset. I'm so upset. So I just thought I need to sit down and try and catch up with it. Try and read as many books as I possibly can in 24 hours. My brain cannot do it. Should we have a look at my Goodreads really quickly? Because I want to start the time at 9:30. So that means we finish at 9:30 in the morning tomorrow. And tomorrow is the 1st of December. So I'm giving myself today to try and bring up my wrap up of November. It's not going well, guys. It's not. It's really not. Like after my amazing wrap up in August, I had such high hopes for myself after that. It's just gone down. It's gone so far down that I can't even see it anymore. I can't see it. It's great. I love it. Anyway, let's have a look at my Goodreads. Ta-da! You can't even see it because it's too bright. Okay, if you don't already follow me on Goodreads, follow it. I mean, it's not that exciting. I just put whatever I read on it. So I guess it's like you get a real life update of what I've read. I don't know if you're curious about that, but I really like it when you guys friend me and then I can see what all of you are reading. Oh, great. Yeah, I'm 9 books behind schedule. Look at that. Is this upside down now? I don't know. 9. I don't know if you can even read that. Can you read that? That's blooming fantastic. So I've got a bunch of stuff on my TBR as well for November that I need to read, but also it's probably going to be my December TBR as well because I have a separate like Christmas list or Christmas TBR for December. So I'm pretty much just gonna transfer my November TBR onto my December TBR as well. I don't think reading's gonna happen, honestly. I don't think it will. But anyway, I want to start this timer as soon as I have picked a book. I probably need to go over to my bar cart, which is behind the sofa currently. But I also want to look on Kindle because if I'm trying to catch up on my reading goal, I particularly don't really want to read a 600-page book. I don't think that would be great. I completely forgot to do my intro. Oh, I've completely messed it up. Okay, rewind. I'm so tired. Hey guys, if you're new here, my name is Eilidh. If you're not, then hello. It's good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Okay, now let's pick some books. Jeez. So, in my mind, I'm thinking I don't have many books physical because they're all in boxes currently. But I do have my Kindle, and there's a few books that I really do want to read on my Kindle, but I want to have a look at what's on my bar cart as well. I'm going to look at my bar cart first, because Kindle's just exciting me too much. Okay, you know when I said I wasn't going to read a 600-page book or more, I think I lied, because I now remember what books I want to read. Here we go. This is my physical list of books that I'm going to try and read. Okay, I'm just going to put them down here. I can't even scream, my voice hurts. Not all of these are obviously going to be read, but they're the ones that I've been wanting to read for what feels like forever. And if I can try and read them before midnight tonight, that would be fantastic. I think some of these are on Kindle as well. I will have to double check them, but I'm just going to quickly like power through them all. So I've got Rasputic, A Dawn of Onyxy. I still don't know how to say it. You guys keep telling me and I keep forgetting whatever this says. Nightbane, Daughter of the Siren Queen, The Prison Healer, Wild Eyes, Throne of Secrets, Fear the Flames, When the Moon Hatched. I really want to freaking read this book. Now, I know some of these are already on Kindle, so if they are on Kindle, then I will start reading them paperback and finish them paperback, but read the majority of them on Kindle, because I do believe I read faster on Kindle. So some of the ones that I want to read on Kindle are The Striker, which is Anna Hong, can't say her last name, but Wild Eyes is on Kindle that I've already downloaded. I want to read like Play Along, When the Moon Hatched is also on Kindle, My Dark Romeo. Yeah, that's kind of the ones that I've already downloaded, but the ones I haven't downloaded that I do want to read are Phantasma. Is that how you say it? Phantasma? Anathema, I think that's how you say it, but again, that book is like so ridiculously long. But I think that's kind of it. I mean, I'm most likely gonna swap and change what I'm going to read anyway. Or you've got the Anna Hong, can't say it. I don't feel so bad. Her King series. I think it's called the Kings of Sin series. Now I have all of those books. I have them, but they're in a box, so I don't particularly want to read them because I want to at least try and read a few pages paperback because I already have it. I do have some Christmas books that I could read, but I don't want to do that because it's still November and I can't really read Christmas stuff until December. I know that's tomorrow, I know, but I just can't do it. What do I want to start with? I want to start with something that is already on Kindle, or I know another one that would be really good, and that is Throne of Secrets, because I absolutely love this author. I loved Kingdom of the Wicked, I loved Throne of the Fallen, and I think I don't know what I read Throne of the Fallen for, but I annotated Throne of the Fallen. I don't want to annotate this one. I don't think annotating is for me, honestly. I just want to get through and read a book. I don't have enough time in the day to annotate books. I still haven't annotated Throne of the Fallen, so that's great. But yeah, I kind of either want to read this, or like starting off with Wild Eyes might be a good one. The only other one that I'm really desperate to read is Dawn of Onyxy. I'm never gonna get it right, don't even think. And I don't think that one's on Kindle. I know Wild Eyes is. Okay, now we have Throne of Secrets is no, it's not. We have hopes, but A Dawn of that is also not. Great. Okay, so if I wanted to start on, or I can read The Striker, which I think I said The Striker. I have so many books to choose from. Okay, I need to come back to you with it. I have to come back to you. I'm leaning towards this one, but we can change. We can change what we think. Yeah, so the fact that I'm choosing this one, I decided, completely goes out the window that I wanted to pick a book that was probably like 200, 300 pages long, so that means I could read as many books as possible, but no, we've gone with this one because I really freaking want to read it, and I haven't got any other excuse to read it, which is the majority of most of these books. Most of these books are supposed to be for other videos that I have not done. But yeah, we're gonna read Throne of Secrets because I know I'm going to enjoy it and I really want to read it, and I don't know why I'm coming up with more excuses of why I'm going to read it, because regardless of what you guys think of what I should read, I want to read this one. How many pages is this? Couldn't even tell you. It is. Oh, it's not that bad. It's 498 pages. I can read that in like 4 hours. Okay, we're going to say that. Let's see if we can read it in 4 hours, because it is now 9:35 and I want to start this timer right freaking now. We're going to do a stopwatch so I can see how long I'm going for. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Okay, so my first hour in, we're just over. I don't know if you can see the time. Focus, there we go. So I've got up to page 60, which I think is really good actually, considering the first 100 pages are always really hard for me to read quickly, because I always feel like in the first 100 pages there's so much information that goes on and so much world building that I need to read it slower than I usually would so I can take it in properly. Yeah, but really enjoying it so far. I mean, there's one thing that I love about, how do we say her name? Kerry Maniscalco? This lovely author, is that she gets right into the plot of things. Literally, start of chapter 1, we are straight into the action-packed world, and this one, oh, such a good start. Grabbed me straight away. The fact that dragons are in this, and especially ice dragons, like, oh, love that. And it's kind of, this book is kind of feeling Christmassy because Gluttony is up in the north, I think, of the Seven Circles, and that means like it's very cold and it's snowy and it's just giving off great vibes for this time of year. So I'm really enjoying that. And Adriana, I think that's how we say her name, love her. This is a enemies to lovers book. I mean, Gluttony and Adriana hate each other at the moment, like hate each other, and they're just at each other's throats. I mean, Adriana is a gossip columnist, journalist person, who makes her hatred known to the whole of Gluttony's house with her, well, I think it's the whole of the Seven Circles, I'm not quite sure, but anyway, she has a column and just basically trashes Gluttony every single time. She hates him and really freaking annoys him as well. And things have just happened now where she might have pushed it too far, a bit too far, so consequences are now happening. So we've seen their interaction straight away with everything, and I just love it. I love it. We know that there's this issue going on with the ice dragons at the moment. I think there's some sort of infection or a curse that's going around with the ice dragons, causing them to attack. And so we saw a scene of that, but I don't know how Gluttony and Adriana are gonna have their forced proximity moment. You know, I'm not quite sure where that's coming, so I'm hoping that it's gonna be soon. But yeah, we've got the first like build up of what the main plot is gonna be, and so far I'm already obsessed. Like I'm obsessed. I just want to keep reading. But yeah, I knew I was gonna love this, and look at this cover. It's so cute. I love it. Anyway, I'm gonna carry on reading. I kind of want to read another 100 pages in this next hour. Well, not another 100 pages, but nearly like 100 pages in this next hour, just to like bosh through this book, because I kind of then want to read, I'll either read a romance or I'll go on to another fantasy, because also Fear the Flames is another one that I'm looking to read. I think I have in my mind what I'm going to read, but there are so many books that I'm just like dying, like actually dying. Anyway, let's carry on with this book. Let's see where we go. I think I might get changed because I'm still in my pajamas. I look so great in my pajamas right now, like but yeah, loving it. Okay, let's carry on. Let's go talk upstairs where nobody is. That will do. Wow. I'm about over 5 hours in now and I've got over halfway. I was going to stop exactly halfway, but the book got good. It got so good that I could not stop reading. So here we are. I'm on page 291. I'm at chapter 30. And guys, there is so much happening in this book right now. There's so much. We're going to talk about it. So, you know how I was saying this whole thing about like dragons and like the ice dragons and like some sort of curse is going on? Well, that's still happening and we still don't know anything about that. Not really much. Yeah, that's kind of it. But they somehow need to cover this all up. Like, they can't have all of the houses or all of the people, the courts, like everyone freaking out about this because the dragons and the Prince of Sins, I think it's one of them, or it might just be one of them. Anyway, they have this treaty, and if this treaty is broken, then basically war erupts in chaos. So they don't want that to happen, but because of this like whole infection thing that's going on, that making the dragons act out, it's not looking good. So obviously they don't want to cause this whole thing to go out of place. So they basically decided to have a competition with Gluttony to find his match so he can get married. And there's this now competition that's gone on. So each of the houses have nominated one person from their court, like it could be one of the nobles or not, like literally anybody, to be in this competition. But Gluttony doesn't really want to do this, so he's like in his head, he will do the competition thing, pick somebody who doesn't really want to marry him, and then like end it and not get married. Like have an engagement, but the thing doesn't actually happen. Anyway, that obviously is not going to be the case because this is an enemies to lovers book. So we kind of know how it's going to end. But before all of this happened, Adriana, I think that's how you say her name, and Gluttony, Gabriel, Axton, we're going to call him Axton, so that's what he goes by, were secret, like, lovers. So they hate each other, but there is a place, there is a club that use glamour to hide people's identity, and those two were getting together, but they didn't know that it was with each other. And it was so good. My brain cannot comprehend how good it was because we were seeing them like at each other's throats. Gluttony, Axton, obviously like kind of had a suspicion because he's such a good guy on the hunt. Like he loves a challenge, he loves a mystery, he wants to find who this girl was that he's completely obsessed with. Finding out it's his arch nemesis. She doesn't know it's him, but he knows it's her. And it's like, it was a whole thing. Anyway, I could not stop reading when that whole situation was happening. And on top of all of that, we've now got all the suitors for this competition and it's her freaking sister that's in it. And Gluttony has just asked her, because now there's this blood bond thing with them because they found out each other's identity. Well, they made the blood bond to like carry on this basically a friends with benefits situation. That's basically they've got a no strings attached situation happening when they were still glamoured and didn't know who each other were, and then said to each other that they're going to make this blood bond so that they can have this no strings attached for 6 weeks, but they'll know who they were, like who each other are. Yeah, girl was stupid and did that before actually finding out who he was. Now she's in this blood oath bond thing with Axton, who she despises, and he's now just asked her to join the suitor competition thing. Guys, so much has happened. I don't even know if I've explained it right, but that's all I've got so far. And we're only on page 291. Like, there's still all of this to go. There's still like 200 pages left. I've still got another 200 pages to read. I'm on my 5th hour. You can tell I'm enjoying this book because it's taken me so long to read. Usually I would be nearer the end by now on like a 400 page book or like a 500 page book, but I'm taking my time. This is becoming a 5-star read for me because I'm absolutely loving the intensity of it, and also going to count it as sort of a slow burn because of the whole situation, like the hate to them. Like, she despises him so much. I love it. And he's just obsessed with her. He's so obsessed. And it's definitely going to be a he falls first situation. I can sense it. But now there is false proximity because she's had to move into his castle. There is so much to unpack. Like, I can't even talk properly. I can't. It just... Those are my thoughts. Really freaking enjoying it, as you can tell. But I'm going to carry on reading it. But I have been enjoying, I've literally sat in the same seat for like 5 hours. Obviously I've got up and down and I got food because girl gets hungry when she reads. But apart from that, really freaking enjoying it and enjoying where I'm sitting. So you're gonna pretty much see me in the same spot for the whole of this video. Wait, okay, let's just carry on now because I've spoken for long enough. Oh my god. I can't believe I just finished this book. It was so good. I'm gonna put this here so I can talk to you. We've just reached, well, we've almost reached hour 9. I can't believe how long it actually took me to read this book, but I think that just shows how much I really freaking enjoyed it. My dear Lord. Oi! It was so good. I think I'm gonna give it a 5 stars. I love it. I just love it. I love it. It was so good. So good. I loved the fact that pretty much the hatred that they had for each other, well, more her, but it kind of makes sense now with the whole situation that happened, but it was so good. It was so action-packed. I loved how it stayed true to the enemies to lovers. Even in the end of the book, it was still true to that initial feeling for each other and that initial just intensity, I guess. I loved it. I want to talk so much about it. The fact that it had dragons, competition, jealousy was still in it, false proximity, there was secrets and scandals and gossip columns and literally in everything. It kind of had everything in it and I loved it. The ending, I was like, oh, I felt a little bit cheated out of that ending, I'm not gonna lie. I also was very worried. It had me on the edge of my seat and I thought I was going to die at one point. And then for it to jump timeline, I was like, no, what do you mean? But that has not stopped me from absolutely loving this book and devouring it. Even though it took me 9 hours to read, which is not the length of the time it would take me to read nearly a 500-page book. Definitely took me 2 hours longer than it usually would. I know I said it would take me 4 hours to read, but obviously that's a lie. And it took me much longer, but I enjoyed it so much. So 9 hours on a book that I'm going to give 5 stars. I don't hate. I don't hate it. I don't hate, but I do know now that I do want to read a Kindle book because we need to catch up on some time. So I'm thinking Wild Eyes or maybe another book that is on Kindle, but I really need the freaking toilet, so I'm gonna go and then decide. I feel better now, but those are my feelings. Right, I can either pick from this pile of books in front of me, which is probably the best thing to do because I'm supposed to get through my physical TBR, but I'm feeling a Kindle. I want to read on my Kindle. It's getting dark now and I need something that will be quick to read, be easy to read, that always helps, and also engaging, but not too long. So my mind is either going to the ones that I've already got downloaded on, which is the Striker Wild Eyes Play Along that's kind of it. Well, I could read Brutal Prince. That's always an option. How long is The Striker? Oh wait, I just opened it. Here we go. How many pages are you? I don't know. Oh, The Striker is 590 pages long. No, not reading that. Nope. Okay, Wild Eyes. How long is this on Kindle? Oh, no. I don't want to do that. Book details. Wild Eyes is only 400 pages long. Okay. No. Then you've got My Dark Romeo, or He's My Dark Romeo, whatever it's called. This is 468 pages long. Why are they all so long? Okay, let's look at, do you know what? I don't think Phantasma is going to be any better. Okay, 428. Maybe. It's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be good. Maybe that's a possibility. I'm leaning towards that one. How long is Play Along? I don't really feel that book though. 384, which is better. Court of the Vampire Queen, which is I like Katie Robert. No, too long. I want a short, easy book. Short. It's not giving me short. Well, what did I just say? Phantasma. I'm leaning towards that. Or I could read, or this one, because this one's quite easy, I think. Oh yeah. I could read this one. I'm going to go with Phantasma. I said Kindle, and we're going to go Kindle. Phantasma it is. Look, this one. Rent for free. Read down. How long is it saying for me? 8 hours. Ha! Yay. We're going to read this. I'm excited. It's a fantasy. It's a dark fantasy. God. I'm currently in my sister's room. I'm hiding from everyone, but we have made it to Keystone. Pretty much halfway. We're at the 12-hour mark finally, and I am 41% through this book. Not gonna lie, I'm enjoying it. Like, yeah, kind of. I don't know, I'm just not really like into it yet, which is really annoying because I'm always 50% through. I am gonna finish the book, but I'm just not like, it's not gripping me, you know? So that's a little bit disappointing because I was really hoping that this book was going to be really, really, really good. But at the moment it's sitting at like a 3 probably. I don't know. I'm just not really feeling anything towards it right now. But I can see why people like it. I can see. But basically this book is following Ophelia, and she has just entered this very dangerous competition called Phantasma. I think that's what it's called. I think that's how you pronounce it. That's what I've been calling in my head. Anyway, she's entered this competition because she believes her sister has entered it. So she's trying to look for her. But in doing so, has now needed to complete 9 trials that are based off of her biggest fears and get more dangerous every time she gets through a round. Anyway, she's then kept bumping into this phantom guy called Blackwell, who have made a blood oath to each other. What is it with like blood oaths? I don't know. But basically we've got another blood oath where he said that he will help her win this competition if she helps him in return escape this phantasma place that he's been trapped in for a very, very long time. And we're basically just following that and following their like connection of things, because obviously it's something's going to happen between the two of them. I'm not going to say it's not an enemies to lovers. It's some sort of demon witch thing. It is a dark fantasy. There is a lot of blood. Let's just put it like that. Like graphic scenes, competition. It is forced proximity in a way because they're both trapped in this place, obviously for different reasons, and yeah, blood oaths. So they're tethered to each other. Let's put it like that. And that's kind of that. I'm not really connecting to either of the characters. Like, I'm not rooting for them. I'm just like, yeah, this is cool. easy. I'm not really paying attention to it much, but that just might be me coming off of a 5-star read. Where usually if I've just read a 5-star, I need like a while for my brain to kind of catch up with all of the emotions. So going into a book straight after it probably isn't the best thing, because in my mind I'm like, not that. But we're just going to see how this book goes, because I can see it being really good and really interesting, but at the moment it's not really there. I think I would recommend it if you're looking for an easy dark fantasy, because it has all those traits. I'm just not rooting for anything. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. It is only gone past 9:30, so not getting too tired, but I'm hoping to finish this book around 1ish in the morning. I'm thinking it's saying. At my reading pace, it's only saying I've just got over 3 hours left, so could do it. Possibly. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, let's carry on. But I really do want to go back downstairs to that chair. I was so comfortable reading there. We'll go there later tonight. It'll be fine. We finished the book, right? I'm so tired. No, not really, but yes, really, I am tired. But not like exhausted to the point where I want to go to sleep. Like, I know I can stay up, but I also know that I am going to be so exhausted tomorrow. But we finished Phantasma, I think that's what it's called, and we're just reaching our 16th hour. The time is flying. I have no idea how long that took me to read this book. I think maybe it was 7 hours, something like that. I'm not sure. 6. I think I started this book at maybe around 6. Yeah, about 7 hours to read. Which isn't too bad actually, considering it was nearly 500 pages. Again. But I only gave Phantasma a 3-star. It got good towards the end, but I wasn't really like in it throughout the whole of the book. It was like meh. So I gave it 3 because I would recommend it for people that want a dark romance that's easy to read, a little bit spicy, blah de blah de blah. But it's not like my, oh my god, I really enjoyed it, 4 stars. It's like my 3 stars, like I enjoyed it, I would recommend it. That was it. That's where my brain is. Anyway, I had a shower and got ready for bed as well, so I didn't pause the timer either. I've just let it run. So to be fair, I have read that book maybe a little bit quicker, because if we take off an hour of me eating my dinner, having a shower, getting dressed, that's basically an hour, so it might have taken me 6 hours, who knows, I don't know. Anyway, I'm thinking about reading Fear the Flames, because I've been wanting to read this book, and don't know why I never have. My god, the font is so small. Why is it so small? It is 368 pages, and I kind of want to read this. The only thing is, like, I've just been reading fantasy books, It's not supposed to be a themed 24-hour readathon, but it's kind of becoming that. I'm also thinking about another fantasy book, Daughter of the Siren Queen, which is the second one. The first one is Daughter of the Pirate King, which I really enjoyed, and I've been meaning to read this book. This is 340 pages long, so possibly. The only other ones that are really like reading are Wild Eyes, Dawn of Nox, and to be honest, Nightbane is as well. I'm not really like, I need to read this book. I'm more like, I want to read this book before the end of the year. Somebody messed up on printing, like why? Does everyone's books do that, or is it just my one? Anyway, I was looking at how long the book is, and it is 400 pages. I know Wild Eyes would be good. I'm kind of leaning towards either Wild Eyes or Fear the Flames. How long are you? This is 430 pages. But this is on Kindle, so I could probably devour this book. Right, I need something that will keep me hooked through tonight. That's where everything's sparking from. I'm thinking this one. I got no idea what it's about. Let me just read the thing really quickly. I might just give this one a go. I mean, dragons, enemies, alliances, you know, it seems good. I mean, I'm looking at the rest of them that I have. And to be fair, I do have some really good ones. Or I read this one, but this one's king. Arwen. Sorry, you say name? Arwen. Both enemies. Oh, this is so hard to choose. I think I'm going to start with Fear the Flames. And if I'm not really feeling it after 100 pages, then I might start this one. Yes, we're going to do that because it's taken me so long to decide. But we're going to start this book. I'm getting really tired to the point where I'm not reading the book properly and I'm just skim reading it, which is really freaking annoying because this is a book that I do really actually want to enjoy. So here are the options that are currently going through my brain right now. So the time is 2:24, so it's almost 2:30 and I'm almost at the 17-hour mark, so I can either keep on going and just read straight and stay awake and just power through it, just get through it, and then probably not really enjoy the book as much because at the moment, I mean, it's just like the plot developing. I mean, we're just meeting all the characters at the moment, the scene is setting, we're understanding the world and where we are currently in the timeline of things, and I'm actually really glad that we are at the point where the two main characters are meeting and getting on with their heist to save the dragons instead of starting with the princess escaping her prison and building her kingdom. I'm glad we're at the point where she's done all of that, she's built her kingdom, and we're at the point where it's the heist and it's the getting her dragons back. Like we're at that point in the timeline. So we'll probably get little stories and little bits of information about her past, like the bit we haven't got. We don't really need that bit because it's like, no. I'm always really happy when at the start of the book is the start of the actual plot. Like there have been some cases where like the plot of the book hasn't happened until like 50% through the book. My favourite ones are within the first, what page am I on? 40 pages. We're already into the juicy bits. So this is where I'm like, I could just go to bed now, sleep for 8 hours, and then do my remaining 5 hours, just over 5 hours when I wake up, because I need to sleep anyway. And if I go to bed now and wake up when I'm supposed to wake up, then I will still finish at the time that I want to finish at, and I should be wide awake at that point as well. I'm thinking go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed. I really want to like read this book properly and really enjoy this book and really enjoy the romance of it all. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed and rest my eyes before my vision starts to go blurry. And I get really, really delusional. But we did good. We've got to the 17-hour mark. Not exactly. We're almost there. So proud. So proud. Actually am. I mean, it's 2:30 in the morning. I'm never up this late. Ever. Anyway. Let's go to bed. In my body. Good morning. I'm so tired. I have so many drinks. I've got my orange juice, coffee, and some water. Let's carry on. The banter is so good in this book. And you're not focused on me, there we go. It's so good. It's the fact that Eilidh, who's our main character, is not only witty, sarcastic, and just hilarious to everyone who disrespects her. She doesn't come back malicious or like nice, kind. She comes back with another witty comment. Well, not like a witty, but another sarcastic comment in such a sweet, innocent manner that she knows is just going to piss everyone off. And she just puts them back in their place so effortlessly. I actually love it, and I'm here giggling at her comebacks. I can't. And Caden. I'm together with their banter. I'm in love. I'm loving it. I'm back in sparking. He has reading glasses. Right, I'm going to put you back up here. Up here, is that like, you're so low there. Not. Maybe I put you up here last time. I actually can't remember. I'm just going to put you there. That is fine. Let me take this out my ear so I can actually hear myself talk. Anyway, let me get the timer up. The timer. We've got to our 20th hour. Yay! I did fall asleep. And to be fair, I went to bed around like 2:30 and got up just after 9:30 and started reading about 10 to 10, something like that. So we've been reading for the last 3 hours? 4 hours. And we've got another 4 hours to go. Or maybe it was 3 hours. I can't remember. But I finally got over halfway this book. We've got that much left. I'm on page 206 and I'm actually really enjoying this. Like, it's such an easy romantasy and I've just been taking my time with it. I'm like, I haven't been in a rush, I haven't been skim reading it, I've just been like taking it all in and enjoying it, which is good. Like, it's great. Like, that's what we need. Anyway, I don't actually know if I explained the plot of this book, but we are following Eilidh, who is a lost princess, runaway princess of this kingdom whose name I cannot pronounce. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it. And anyway, she ran away 15 years ago, established her own kingdom, which is being grown in size and literally has expanded so much to the point where she's really struggling with like food and having trade and, you know, making sure that everyone is healthy and well and good. And she basically is like, anyway, but she is also bonded to dragons, which are currently imprisoned in a place that she was imprisoned with. So it's basically child abuse in this book, so please be warned, because she was locked away in the dungeon for bonding with these dragons at the age of 4 and was basically tortured to unbond with them, break the bond, something like that. And she basically said no, and you can kind of gather what happens after that. Anyway, she escapes without the dragons, so the dragons have been there for, let's say, over 20 years, which is crazy. Like, they've been in prison, like she's been separated from her dragons for 20 years, but still her bond is so strong. Anyway, she's now gone into an alliance with the commander of the enemy kingdom to her father's one. And oh my god, I love these two characters together, Caden and Eilidh. I think that's how you pronounce her name, or both of their names. The banter is so good, so good. But basically, they've had an alliance with each other to free the dragons, and then Eilidh to help win the war that is against these two rival kingdoms with her dragons. Pretty much. And now we're following the plot of getting her dragons back. I think I said before that I really enjoyed where the book started. It didn't start with her escaping, it started with her finding this commander and like spying on him and having this treaty. Like, that's where it started. We kind of like started after the 15 years where her kingdom has been established, and I really, really enjoyed that. Anyway, the banter is so good. It's so good. I love it. I actually love it. I love her comments. I'm not going to sit back and endure all of this. And she has like these insults that you can't get really angry at. They're just so clever and I love them. And yeah, I've just been really enjoying this. It's just so easy to read. The storyline is so simple. I feel like if my brain goes wandering, I can easily pick up where I am and figure things out. There have been times where I'm like, I need to reread that scene again, you know, as well, which is great. I mean, there's, let's say, forced proximity. It's obviously has some sort of like enemy kingdom thing to it, but I wouldn't say they're enemies. But there's like this forbidden, like I would say it's forbidden love. There is forbidden love in it. And what else? Knife to throat. The fact that, I'm not going to talk about it, but it's great. Yeah, just the banter. It's just so enjoyable that I could just sit down and just read it all day, which I'm really glad I'm going to do. But I'm going to try and finish this book now. Well, I'm going to try within the next 2 hours, because I have another 160 pages left to read. And I thought this was a standalone. It might not be. I'm not going to be mad if it's not. But I just don't want it to end. That's one thing. I've just been enjoying just everything. Oh, slow burn as well. I'm going to class it as a slow burn because there's obviously that intensity there, but because it's a forbidden love, they haven't been able to act on it. And when they have been able to act on it, they've been interrupted. And it's really annoying. So I'm going to say it's a slow burn as well. Anyway, let's just carry on reading. We've got 4 more hours to go. Let's just do it. But also my timing for this hasn't really worked out. For some reason I thought I had 5 hours left and I didn't, and I had 7 hours. I don't know where my brain was going with that, but oh well, we're here now. So my maths has been wrong when I went to bed. I don't know why I thought I had 5 hours. I didn't have 5 hours. It's so annoying. I finished it and I actually did really enjoy it. I think I'm gonna give it a 4. It's not a 5, it's a 4. It's a 4. I wouldn't say it left on a cliffhanger, but there needs to be a second book. There are some loose ends that need to be tied up. And if they don't get tied up, I'm gonna be very, very annoyed. But I really did enjoy the book. It was cute. There was a little bit of a plot twist at the end, but not one that made my heart drop. I guess I kind of didn't recognise the significance of it until like her reaction. But things happened. Most of my theories were correct as well. I was thinking like, I think this person's gonna not be the person that she thinks she is, blah blah blah, and I was correct. I usually am. Anyway, I'm gonna give it a 4. It was so good, really enjoyable. We've literally had a 3, 4 and a 5 in this reading vlog. 24-hour challenge. But guys, this is so annoying. We've still got half an hour until the 24-hour mark is up, but I'm gonna stop it early. I know, okay, maybe I shouldn't stop it early, but I don't think there's any point of me starting a new book just for half an hour. And I'm going to church tonight, guys. I have to leave in 45 minutes, so I'm just gonna end this video here. I thought we did so well. I'm actually so proud of myself for the amount of books that we read. We finished 3 books. We read 3 books in 24 hours. All of them like 400 pages long, nearly 500 pages long. I don't know how I did this. I am so exhausted, but also so chuffed with myself. First book, obviously, Game Changer, Throne of Secrets. 5 stars, still obsessed, absolutely love it. I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh, it's like a 5 star too high for it. In my opinion, no. I think just sitting down and devouring this book and generally just reading it in one sitting definitely helped to be a 5 star, because I was so submerged in the world. And so, like, it was the first book, the atmosphere was there, the characterization, character development, the world building, like just everything to do with the fact that I was able to sit down and just read it all in one day just built it up. It felt like I was in it. I'm not gonna lie, it felt like I was in it. So that's why it's a 5 star for me. If I did read it as I would read a usual book over 2 or 3 days, then I think it would have been a 4, because I would have been as into it because I wasn't sitting my ass down and reading it constantly. Then yeah, it would have been a 4. But because I did it one sitting, 5. 5. So recommend. Try and read books in one sitting if you want them to be 5 stars. I don't know, it seems to work for me. Then we went on to read Kindle, which was Phantasma. Still gonna be a 3. Even though this one, again, I did like sit down and read, I think it just didn't help with the fact that I came off a 5 star read to then read a Kindle read that I didn't really know anything about. And also, like, it was slightly weird as well. Like, she was having sex with a phantom. Like, it was a bit weird. I was a bit weirded out, like grossed out. But then things happened and it was like engaging and it was entertaining. Like, I would recommend it. Who I don't know. But if you're looking for an oddly specific book like it, then I would recommend it. Or I would recommend it as like an easy dark romance fantasy thing. Like, read it around Halloween. That would be a great time to read Phantasma, is around Halloween. So that's why I've given it 3 stars. Because I enjoyed it, I would recommend it. I just didn't love it. Still good. Then, Fear the Flames, 4 stars. Dragons, Forbidden Love, False Proximity, Slow Burn, like King Commander, Burn the World for Her, Touch Her You Die, Knife to Throat. Like, yes, 100% yes. 4 stars though. I don't know what could have made it 5 stars. I just didn't get that like feeling of 5 stars. Like, it didn't grip me like Throne of Secrets did. But it was close. So maybe it's like a 4.5. Anyway, that is it. We did 23 and a half hours. We were close enough. If I was going to carry this on for half an hour, then I would be reading Wild Eyes. So maybe I just gotta read that book for another video. I hope you have enjoyed this video. It seemed to be a fantasy reading vlog, but still fun. But I will see you all in the next one. Mwah, peace and goodbye.